Dear students, through this video, you will learn the basic difference in dyeing and printing process. So let us see the difference. Since dyeing and printing, these are the two coloration process, let us try to understand the difference between these two process. Let us see the first point in dyeing. It is nothing but uniform application of color throughout the length of fabric to obtain same shade for prolonged period. How the dyeing is done? We are applying single color on entire lot of the fabric. Say the lot size is 2000 meters. That 2000 meter fabric will be having single color everywhere at both the ends, in the middle of the fabric also. So here in the image you are observing colorful rolls of fabrics are there. So variety of colors are there, but in a single roll the color is same. Everywhere it has been applied uniformly. So throughout the length of fabric we are applying single color, and that too with uniformly, and the dyeing will be done for a prolonged period. Suppose lighter shades are there, the time required may be less, up to 2 hours. If medium depths are there, in that case it may require 3 hours. If darker colors are there like black color, navy blue color, in that case we may have to carry out dyeing for prolonged period, even it can end up to 8 hours. So uniform application we have to do throughout the length of fabric, and it can be continued for a longer period. Whereas in case of printing, what happens? It is localized application of color on the fabric to obtain one or multicolored design on the fabric by drying and steaming. So we are applying the color localized. Application is done localized. Here in the image you are finding rose flower design is there. In that case we are observing variety of colors or depths of pink color itself. Lighter, medium, darker depth pink color has been applied at required places, at localized places to get the desired effect out of it. The halftone effect, the shaded effect, fine gradation of light, medium, dark colors, like that, to obtain one or multicolor design. So multicolor design we can obtain by printing by localized application of specific color at specific places, which is further followed by drying and steaming. Steaming is a process wherein we fix the dye at printed portion, and drying is essential because if you keep the fabric printed, it is in wet form, we cannot store it properly. So if you want to carry out its storage properly to avoid back staining, face color mixing, cross staining, we have to immediate carry out drying process followed by steaming. So I hope first difference is very clear. In dyeing, uniform application is done throughout the length of fabric. In printing, localized application of one and multicolor can be done at desired places, which is further followed by drying and steaming. Second difference in case of dyeing and printing is use of large volume of dyestuff solution is done in dyeing. That solution is of comparatively low concentration, whereas in printing use of small volume of dyestuff solution of comparatively high concentration we use. Now let us try to understand it through example. What you are observing in front of you in case of dyeing, it is a machine. In that, can you see the specific level of liquor solution? Yes. So two-third of the machine is filled with the solution itself. So to produce 2% shade on the given lot of fabric, how to calculate the things? Take an example. If we want to carry out dyeing of 100 kg of material, to produce 2% shade, we need the dye quantity as 2 kg. And suppose material to liquor ratio we want to maintain 1:10. What do you understand by material to liquor ratio? Dependent on the material quantity, that much liquor ratio has to be maintained, liquor level has to be maintained in the machine. Now 1:10 means Suppose 1 gram of material you are taking, 10 times of it should be the liquor level. So here in this machine, so we are taking MLR 1:10. So to carry out dyeing of 100 kg of lot to produce 2% shade, 1:10 is the material to liquor ratio. We are mixing 2 kg of dye in total liquor. Since 1:10 is the MLR, 1000 liter will be the total quantity. So 2 kg of dye is mixed in 1000 liter of total solution. Hence, it is said that dyestuff solution of comparatively low concentration. 2 kg of dye just we are mixing in 1000 liter. So that you can imagine the concentration of dye is comparatively low. Whereas the volume of dyestuff solution is large enough. 1000 liter, that much is the volume of dye solution. Right? So use of large volume of dyestuff solution of comparatively low concentration. Whereas in case of printing, use of small volume of dyestuff solution of comparatively high concentration. In printing, the quantity of paste we need to consider. In case of dyeing, we consider the quantity of fabric. Based on that, we maintain the MLR. In case of printing, since the quantity of paste is considered, we call the term as percent color. Suppose we want to produce 2% color after printing, the depth of color is 2% after printing. For that 2 kg of dye stuff you will mix in total 100 kg of the paste quantity, that will give you 2% color. So 2 kg in 100 kg of the paste you are mixing in printing, whereas in dyeing we are mixing 2 kg in 1000 liter of total solution. So the ultimate concentration of dye in printing is high enough, and the volume of solution, viscous solution, is comparatively less. Here 1000 liter, in dyeing, in printing it is just 100 kg. So small volume of dyestuff solution of comparatively high concentration is used in printing, and in case of dyeing it is just opposite. The next difference in dyeing and printing is, now see, in case of dyeing we carry out exhaustion of dye bath by manipulating the temperature and pressure, and by using leveling and exhausting agents in dyeing. So exhaustion, this term must be known to you. I hope you understand it. Exhaustion is nothing but transfer of dye from solution phase to the fabric. So how efficient the transfer is, that will give you the rate of exhaustion. So the transfer of dye from solution to the fabric is manipulated by adjusting the temperature, by adjusting the pressure, or some or the other time we have to add additional leveling agents and exhausting agents. These are the basic chemicals to be added in dyeing. These are not special auxiliaries. So this will give us uniform application of color. Exhausting agents are nothing but those are the agents which assist in increasing rate of exhaustion. So like salts, those will help in increasing the rate of dye transfer from solution to fabric surface. So it will be carried out by adjusting temperature, pressure, using leveling and exhausting agents during dyeing. In case of printing, the transfer and development of dye from print paste to fiber is carried out by subjecting the fabric at hot and humid atmosphere with or without pressure. So the transfer and development of dye which is in the print paste to the fiber is carried out by exposing the fabric to hot and humid atmosphere. Hot and humid atmosphere is nothing but exposing the fabric to steaming process. So we are exposing it to the steaming process. Now different type of steams are there, like saturated steam, superheated steam, super saturated steam. Dependent on the dye we can opt for the type of steam. So the fabric is just exposed to such kind of steams. It may be done with or without pressure, means atmospheric steaming also we can carry out and pressure steaming also we can carry out. Then we can achieve the color development at printed portion. So this is how the dye is developed at printed and dyed portions. Another difference in dyeing and printing is, which is very basic. So the medium used for dye application is liquor, generally water in case of dyeing. Now water is universal solvent. So normally in any type of manufacturing industry we make use of water. So medium used in case of dye application in dyeing is generally liquor, that is water. Whereas in case of printing, the medium used for dye application is thickener or binder. Without thickener or binder, you cannot apply the dye. We cannot keep it added on the textile substrate without one or these two agents. Another difference in dyeing and printing is, dyeing generally gives us double side colored effect. Now you can observe any dyed fabric around you, nearby you. Just observe both the sides. You will find that same color effect is there on the face side as well back side. So whatever colored effect is produced by dyeing, it is two side. Two side same effect you will be observing. Now you can observe the printed fabric. You can observe any of the printed material, bed sheet, curtain nearby you. So what you can observe? At one side there is prominency of the design. The color application at one side, the color effect at one side is prominent enough, whereas at back side you will observe that there is either no effect or light colored effect. Okay, so this job you can do later. Better you observe 3-4 dyed samples, 3-4 printed samples in your home, in your room, wherever you are staying, and you will understand it. So printing gives us single side colored effect, whereas dyeing gives us double side effect. Another difference in dyeing and printing, now this is bit difficult to understand. In case of dyeing, the dyestuff molecule has to travel comparatively long distance before it gets absorbed by the fiber surface from solution phase. Now, what does it mean? Dyestuff molecule has to travel comparatively long distance. Means it is taking some bag and it is going for traveling, isn't it? No, this is not the case. Here this diagram will give you more clear picture. This is the dye solution. Material is running in that in row form. So dye is there in the solution form. From the solution, it will take time for the dye to reach near to the fiber surface. So the distance between dye and fiber surface is longer enough, because initially whenever the dyeing process will start, the dyestuff molecule which is very nearer to the surface will get absorbed by the textile substrate. Later on, as the time goes on, the concentration of dye solution will go on decreasing. Somewhere the equilibrium will get formed wherein the concentration of dye on fiber surface and in the solution will be same. In that case, rate of transfer of dye will be bit difficult, and thereby we make use of some exhausting agents. So the rushing of dye molecule from solution to the fabric surface, towards the fabric surface, will get improved, and it will we can get complete dyed effect or complete exhaustion of the dye bath. Okay, so it will take time for the dye to rush towards the fabric surface. So the statement is, dye molecule has to travel comparatively long distance before it gets absorbed by the fiber surface from solution phase. I hope it is clear. What happens in case of printing then? It is just opposite. Dyestuff molecule has to travel comparatively less distance before it gets adsorbed by the fiber surface from thickener film. Now in printing what we do? We apply the color generally with help of some medium. It may be block, it may be screen, or it may be any other medium like stencil. So the color paste is immediately or just deposited onto the textile substrate with the help of any of the medium. So the dye is already deposited onto the surface. During steaming, what happens? From the thickener film, the dried thickener film, it has to just get adsorbed and then absorbed with the help of steam or moisture provided by the steam. Okay, so it has to travel comparatively less distance before it gets adsorbed by the fiber surface from thickener film. I hope you are having idea from this. Next difference in case of dyeing and printing is, which is very simple and easy to remember, special auxiliaries are not required in dye bath during dyeing. We need not to add some special auxiliaries like catalyst and other special auxiliaries to get the desired dyed effects. But in case of printing, we may have to add special auxiliaries to get the desired print effects to develop the prints. Those can be added into the print paste. The machineries which are used in case of dyeing are jigger machine, winch machine, soft flow dyeing machine, beam dyeing machine, airflow dyeing machine, jet dyeing machine, and so on. Variety of machines are available in the industry. In case of printing, the machinery used are flatbed printing, roller printing, rotary printing, inkjet printing, transfer printing, and so on. So here these are some images of dyeing machines. At top left you can observe soft flow dyeing machine. At top right you can observe jet dyeing machine. Bottom left, yarn package dyeing machine. In various form we can carry out dyeing in the fabric form, in package form, in the yarn form, beam form, like that. In the middle you are observing winch dyeing machine, and at bottom right you can observe jigger dyeing machine. In Ichalkaranji, in most of the process houses, we observe jigger dyeing machines are there. Now the speciality of jigger is, once you are loading one batch, grey batch of the fabric, you can carry out desizing, scouring, bleaching and dyeing in the same machine. Just you need to drain the bath and you can carry out entire processes for one batch in the same machine. You need not to take out the batch again and again. In the same machine you can run the batch for entire processes. Dear friends, these are the printing machines. At left top side you can observe roller printing machine. At left bottom side you can observe flatbed printing machine. Bottom right side there is rotary printing machine, and top right side is the digital printing machine. So these are the machines which we normally use for printing of textile substrate. But roller printing machine is not widely used. Out of these three, that is flat blade, rotary and digital printing, are being used widely. So dear students, I hope this has helped you to understand the difference in dyeing and printing process. In the next video, we will see various terminologies used in printing. Thank you.